What's going on, the Sick channel, man? This is Sick. Welcome to Sick TV. And today I wanted to do a full breakdown of the entire movie, spoilers and all that, and give my full thoughts into it and how much I really like this movie and my favorite scenes and some of the stuff I really want to get into and everything. So yeah, let's get started into this thing, shall we?
Alrighty, so yeah, this video is a little late, man. I wanted to do this the day before Friday and stuff, you know what I mean? Because I was able to watch it the day before, and man, I got way too fucked up over the weekend. I couldn't do none of the videos, but I figured, why not? Let's do the videos today on Halloween. So today would be a good day. So yeah, I mean, your boy's sick from the hood, man. So I needed to go watch the motherfucking movie, dog, and I did it pretty drunk and stuff. And I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but I just decided to sneak beer in there too. You know what I mean? And the theater, I came at the right time because I got there before everybody. Shit, my bad. This fucking stupid mic. Alrighty, cool. So, first off, I'd like to point out a few things before I even get into anything like detail wise. I want to say right now that the PG-13 rating didn't ruin my experience whatsoever. I still had a great time watching the movie. I actually felt for Mike Schmidt's story a lot, man, because like I said, I've worked security, bro, and fucking, I've had touching moments with siblings before, and uh, it's just like a whole bunch of crazy shit. I'm not gonna get too much into on my part, but like I want to say I really connected with Mike Schmidt's story. I got a little teary eyed too, and I can feel for him, when he attacked the guy for thinking he was kidnapping some kid. You know what I mean? Because I've walked up and attacked somebody, because we know he was doing some weird stuff and stuff. So yeah, I felt for Mike Schmidt, you know what I mean? Because I understand how that is too. So no, yeah, like um, I was really like touched by his story with his sister and everything in his battle for it because he was really like all just going through it. He was just like almost at rock. He pretty much has rock bottom. He's about to lose the house and everything, and he's just fucking stressing and he can't deal with the actions with his sister, man. You know what I mean? He's just like, fuck, I'd rather just, I can't fit to take care of her. Like it's best like if fucking, like my auntie takes her. But, like that scene where, he goes to see his brother again, and his family again in the dream, and he was able to touch his brother's face and realize he was looking at his sister, and he realized that he needed to get that job. Yeah, that shit was very touching to me. I really love the Mike Schmidt story, and I don't know if Mike Schmidt's gonna be William Afton's son or like, because like they show his parents in the movie, so I'm pretty sure they're not gonna go that route, which I prefer better that way. I prefer, you know what I mean, like the security guards get their own, their own backstory, and Mike Schmidt deserves to have like his own backstory. I loved, what they did with his story, but no, yeah, I loved just Mike Schmidt's part of the story, and another thing too, I want to say, um, the movie didn't really need to be bloody. Like I wasn't even like worried about the movie being super bloody or intense, like as everybody else wanted it to be. You know what I mean? I do understand why people's expectations weren't met, like for when it comes to some of the horror and gore, because it is Blumhouse, so it was kind of high expectations on that part. But you guys got to understand, Scott Cawthon's a Christian man, dude, and like he was making family friendly games before, you know what I mean, he was getting to any of that. So if he was okay with the decision of it being PG-13 and he felt, it doesn't need to be this over the top, then I fully respect that decision from him, man. And like I said, like it didn't drive me away from any of the experience. We all still know what happens and stuff. They still show like little hints and instances like through pixelated mini games, just like the video games, basically what had happened and stuff. And no, yeah, Matthew Lillard, that was a very odd choice, man, to pick him as William Afton. But I'm not mad at all. I actually really liked his role as William Afton, even despite he didn't get as much scenes. Um, I know he's played like a villain before, like in Scream and stuff, like the crazy guy. And to be honest, like I like that he wasn't that like over the top crazy like that in Front at Freddy's, man. Because like Matthew Lillard as a villain is actually pretty good, and like he's getting older within age, so seeing him like perform this role is like I actually really liked his performance and stuff, and I can't wait to see a Finance at Freddy's 2 movie with him because like people like saying it wasn't as scary or like creepy and stuff. Who knows? Maybe the second one might be creepy because, like they said, they were basing it mainly off the first games. And in the first games they only give you newspaper clippings and hit points of like what the murders were, just like very briefly. So yeah, I did think it was a little odd. Like they showed them at Springtrap, right away, like near the end of the movie. That's the only like complaint I have, like really with the movie. I just don't think they should have did it that early. But like I did understand like this movie could have flopped, and like you know what I mean. It was kind of like a now or never moment. So I don't blame them for doing that actually, because this movie could have flopped, and you know what I mean. At least like I said, like it put out what it could, to show the fans some love and like get you into it. So like I said, I really enjoyed it, man. Yeah, Matthew Lillard's role as Springtrap was, or as William Afton, was actually pretty cool. Um, Shoot, man, some of my favorite parts, like I said, like I should get into some shocker moments right here that I should say that I actually enjoyed. So yeah, like the babysitter who was watching Abby and stuff, like I forgot her name, but watching like her and her crew get taken out was actually like pretty interesting. And her death mainly like was the one that shocked everybody in the theater and shit. It actually surprised me too, because you weren't expecting that in a PG-13 movie. And it really goes to show you how strong these animatronics are. You know what I mean? She got bit in half. Like, even if it only shows it in the shadow, she got bit in half. Like, on screen. That shit was actually pretty fucking wild. And that shit caught me off guard. And, like I said, I really like what the movie does. Because, it's like, a lot of like, you guys got to understand, a lot of the FNAF fans now are younger kids and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, all those OG fans and stuff, we're all, like, in our 20s and up. And, you know what I mean? Or probably late 20s, you know what I mean? By some of you. But you got to understand, you got to look at it from a kid standpoint that a lot of these kids, they love like, the arts and like, the characters and stuff. And like, I know like they in their imagination, they can picture like, oh yeah, those are my friends. Like I would love to be friends with, Freddy, Bonnie, fucking Chica and Foxy and all that and stuff. And I like how the movie shows like Abby is like basically that kid. So I can imagine in the kid's imagination, they're all like, "Oh my god, like Abby's friends with the animatronics. Like this is so cool." Like in my mind, like I would want to be friends with the animatronics, right? This and that. Little do they know, like I said, without it having to be as crazy, like they throw a little twist right there on them, where they pretend to be Abby's friend because they're trying to, basically kill her, like without them knowing themselves. They're trying to stuff her in a suit and make her like them. And I literally love like the twist it plays on that because like, you know what I mean? You got Chica in there like walking her like through the pizzeria to like I think the basement or something to the Ella suit, the little Ella Springlock suit. And that shit was actually pretty fucking disturbing, you know what I mean? It's actually really creepy, watching like even if it is someone in a costume, it's creepy watching, an animatronic trying to forcefully stuff a kid in a suit, even after they were just pretending to be friends with her, building the forts and all that shit. Like I'm saying, like it was a good little twist on how they played that. And yeah, like you gotta understand, like these are the soul of the kids too. So like, yeah, like I can agree with that excuse too. That yeah, that's the reason why they were doing stuff like that. Like it's really not. Like I said, it's really not bad at all. They're kids and stuff. I've always watched Matt Pat's video. He's always had a different hairstyle and he looked a lot younger too at the time. So when he came up on screen for the first time, he looked familiar, just like Matthew Lillard. Like I had to look up the cast, and like had to surprise myself because I seen so many familiar faces, but I never paid attention, like to the casting, which is my fault. But no, yeah, when Hat Pat came up on screen, you know what I mean. Surprisingly, no one in the theater, like at least in my theater, recognized them and stuff. I'm probably like the only one who recognized them because he's all talking about the lunch like it's the most important meal of the day, and then they got the Robert Food. He's like, I thought it was breakfast, and like he's like, no, that's just the theory. You know what I mean? And like that shit actually gave me a good little chuckle because like I didn't think they were gonna bring that Pat in there. I thought they were just like referencing like him and stuff, and like little did I know that was really fucking Matt Pat up on screen and stuff. So no, yeah, like this movie had a lot of fun moments and stuff like in there. Like okay, one complaint I do have like on the scary factor is Foxy's part. You know what I mean? I feel like they could have done better shots of Foxy chasing you, or like having like a more intense feel of it chasing you, because like they do have like some cheap 80s fucking they do have some cheap 80s fucking like cuts and shit to like give you that type of, reference that he's running at you. And like it's good for what it is, it might scare the kids, and to be honest, I don't think that would scare the kids at all. But I think they should do a shot next time, like a full pan shot of like the hallway, and like, have the animatronic, or like try to just, have someone in a suit and then put like sound effects after. If you really need to, fuck it, just CGI the part just for that one time. You know what I mean? Like it would be acceptable, because in all honesty, it's disappointing not watching Foxy run in the movie, because in the games it is intense when you catch him on camera and he starts running after you. So yeah, like I said, it would be better if they do a full pan shot, and he just like, he's chasing the robber down, the hall where he's opening the door. Like they should have done like a full pan shot on the side, and just like have him like chase him and stuff, and like even if they need to speed it up, CGI it, whatever, and then just add like intense clinking sounds. Like I felt that would have been like, not scary, like oh my god, but it would have been more intense, and you would have got the feel and the heaviness for Foxy like running at you at that speed. And they showed Springtrap and stuff, like throwing Mike Schmidt around. So that's why I'm saying I thought Foxy was gonna be like that. I thought he was gonna run in, like at least hit somebody, like tackle him or something. But no, yeah, like I can't complain though. It was still fun for what it did, because they only fit it in, I think, like 1 hour 50 minutes. So they need to get as much like screen time as they did for every character, and I felt they did that justice. Like I said, their main focus was on Mike Schmidt, his story, and Abby and stuff. But like, oh yeah, I'd even get into Vanessa. We'll get into her in a bit though. But yeah, like it mainly focuses on Mike Schmidt's story, and like his telling. Like I said, and I felt like, yeah, like it was a great idea to do. Now, I never played Security Breach, but I know Vanessa's in the movie, and like this is like my fault for not talking about her, because like I said, I never played Security Breach that much, so I don't know her too much. But I just know like what she was. I know she gets controlled by William Afton in the games and stuff. So like I actually like how they intertwine her character to be William Afton's daughter, and like it's actually a little more disturbing that you find out this police officer back then was actually helping this guy murder children and shit. You know what I mean? Lure children, because she knows what he was doing and stuff. And like it did like put like a little surprise on me when she would go crazy and was threatening to shoot Mike, for like messing with the animatronics, or like stuff like that. So her character is actually pretty interesting. Um, yeah, it's anybody saying like, oh, it wasn't like the games or the books or like this, and that. You guys got to understand that the books and the games, they both have their own continuity. So like, you can't even really say that. Like, I know the books and the games like intertwine like some storylines and stuff, but sometimes the books and the games, they contradict each other, because like I said, the whole fucking storyline's a mess and shit. So it's completely okay if the fucking movie gets its own continuity. Like I said, it won't ruin the flow of like what the storyline is. It's basically the still same. Okay, it's still the same story, still the same 5 kids were murdered. Okay, they got all the kids that possess animatronics. We haven't got too deep into their story yet, but like we got to saw a brief of them, so we know these kids are dead. We know Mike Schmidt's little brother is dead. Like I said, it doesn't need to be brutal and over the top in order for you to get a fucking understanding of that. It's like if you're a Finance at Freddy's fan, you know the lore. Like you already know what the fuck happens. And the games never showed anything violent and over the top like that, apart from fucking Springtrap. All the child murders were all done through pixelated games and stuff. All the fucking murder, things and shit that everybody sees in their crazy mind from all the fucking, Finance at Freddy's workshop and all that shit. It's all like fan made, like animations and fan art, you know what I mean, for those stuff. So yeah, you people, if you guys want to just, watch those type of murders, you go watch the fan made stuff, you know what I mean? Because to be honest, like there really is no way to depict, like everybody has a different understanding of those murders. That's why it's just best to leave it up to your interpretation, you know what I mean? Because like, I'll just bring you a brief fucking, emotion. Okay, he fucking lures the fucking first kid, whatever, Golden Freddy and shit, like, and to the fucking room and fucking strangles him or stabs him or whatever, like whatever his first victim is in the movie or in the games, like, because like I said, it's like I said, it really doesn't need to be shown, but you can just get understanding. Whatever, he fucking strangles them, stabs them, fucking breaks their arms and bodies just to stuff them in a suit. You know what I mean? Like, just that's really all you need to know, man. Like I really don't. I personally myself don't even need to be watching that shit. And I don't think any people who want to see that are in the right mind. Like it's better, yeah, like I said, for the fan made stuff because you can talk with the fans about it and stuff. But like, that really doesn't need to be shown to the world or, especially to new Finance at Freddy's fans who are all kids and shit. You know what I mean? Like, and you know what I mean? Like it just it doesn't need to be that over the top. Like I enjoyed it. Um, like I said, my last complaint was just showing Springtrap at the end of the movie, like doing the spring lock failure and stuff. Like I thought the spring suit was like it could have been a mascot suit, but I figured they were gonna do the spring lock thing and stuff. And like I said, like they probably just thought it was gonna be a hit or miss. So fuck it, let's just throw it in there. So yeah, like I know they'll find a way to fix all that up. Like it's really not that big a deal. And like I said, the movies can have their own continuity. But shoot, apart from that, like I gotta say, like that's all I gotta really say about the movie. Like I really enjoyed it. It gets an 8 out of 5. Um, yeah, 8 out of 10 for me. So yeah, I really recommend you guys go watch this movie if you're a Finance at Freddy's fan. You know what I mean? And if you're not a Finance at Freddy's fan, and you don't enjoy it, that's fine. But you don't got to go around harassing the fucking community for that shit. And I know the community be harassing your ass and shit, but you know what you're doing when you're putting that bullshit out. You guys are trying to get a fucking kick out of people and stuff. So don't play victim and everything. You know what I mean? You guys are playing with fucking, yeah, these are kids, man, and all these fucking shit like, that are getting mad at you. So yeah, you guys know what you're doing. Knock it off. And if there are really some Finance at Freddy's fans that didn't just enjoy the movie, didn't meet your expectations, then like, oh well, at least they tried what they could. You still got the games in the fucking books to go get your little fucking freak on. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't even worry about it. We'll see what happens in the second movie. But that's probably not the end of the video out here, man. Fucking thank y'all for watching. I'll catch y'all later. This is Sick TV. Peace.